Hey guys, it's Melissa here with Rooted Home and Garden. Today I'm going to be doing a walking tour around my yard just to see what exactly I need to put in my yard, what's missing, what's working great, what's not working great. I want to be surveying everything, just kind of a look for myself to see what can I do to improve my yard. I'm just a stay-at-home mom of 5 kids and I garden for fun. Not as a job, not professionally, just for fun, and I thought it'd be fun to bring you along with me. Now, before I get started taking you around, I want to just clarify one thing. We've had a storm for several days, and today's the first day that there really isn't a storm, and it's, as you can see, beautiful, clear skies, and we have no rain in the forecast. So, just so you are prepared, nothing's been cleaned, nothing's been blown off, kind of a mess. But you know what? That's okay. That's my life. It's no big deal. So be nice, no judgment. So right this moment we are sitting on the back porch and I'm just looking straight out to the back of my yard. You can see we have the pool, we have the pergola over here, the dining table out here, the spa, the dog, that's Lily. We span over, we have the chicken garden over here. To the left, we have the vegetable garden. So the first thing I'm noticing as soon as I walk off the porch is I have these 3 beautiful pots right here. As you can see, one of them is completely broken, so that's going to need to be replaced. What I like having in them is I like having things that smell good, because here's the thing, I'm a toucher. I love to walk past plants that I can touch that smell good, and that is why I like to keep my herbs up here, because I really, it's a sensory thing for me. I like walking past the mint, I like walking past the basil, I like walking past the lavender, and I touch everything as I walk past it and I smell it and it smells so good. So that's what I like to keep up here, but the problem is typically mint is dormant during the winter, but for some reason, I think because we had such a mild winter this year, my mint actually stayed evergreen this year. That's not usually the case. But this year it did. But the other pots, they're not looking too great. I'm thinking of winter interest here. I'm thinking, okay, these pots look beautiful during the winter, at least as of right now, maybe because it's south facing, it's against the house, so we have that protection, and so that's why they stayed green this year. But this one where I had the basil in it, and they were both the same on both sides. The 2 that have the basil in it, it's been empty. So my choices are, I could have filled it with something else during the winter season, maybe some cabbage or some kale or something, just to give it some color. Or I could have just removed them completely and taken them away for winter and brought them back for spring. So that's something I can think of to dress up my yard to make it look better during the winter months. The lavender, this isn't looking too great. It's not hooked up to drip at the moment, so that's probably why it's not looking too great. And this one clearly just needs to be replaced. Darn. I liked this spot. It was starting to get old too. And you know me, anything that looks old, I fall in love with immediately. So it's when I see an old pot that's damaged, I'm so distraught about it. But if it's a new pot, it's not nearly as distraught because it's like, oh, darn, I'll have to replace it with another new pot. But an old one, man, I feel like all my old pots are breaking nowadays. So that's one thing I can do to really dress up this area, is just get rid of the pots or fill it with something edible, something pretty that will last during the winter. So that's a good thought for next year, now that the season is practically over. We're gonna spin over here. I see my beautiful, bountiful blue blueberry bushes. Do I see any bee activity yet? Oh, there's one. You see it? It's right over here. Thank goodness, because we need bees to pollinate these things. A few weeks ago, we had a warm spell in our yard, and I was so worried because I knew it wasn't gonna last. It was gonna get cold really quick again. And if the bees didn't come out, I'm not gonna get blueberries, so I need those bees to come out. Let's walk into the vegetable garden and see what's going on in here, how we can make this look better. Before we enter the vegetable garden though, I do wanna look, I do have some roses that are growing on. These are climbing roses, and I forget the variety I have. I'll put it on the screen as I remember what it's called, but it's a beautiful apricot looking rose, and it's a climber, and I have it growing up the banister. It's gonna grow on the fence, and I also have it growing on my arbor over here. As you can see, I'm training it to go to the side, and then it curls up again to grow to the other side. That's going to maximize my blooms. Uh-oh. Look at this. Can you see it? aphids already. The heat brings the aphids. Gotta smush them, get rid of them. Any other aphid damage? Not that I see. And because this is such a warm spot, they're going to congregate here first. And they love the new leaves. They're very tasty and delicate. So, gotta get them right away. So here, I have 2 pots, one over here, and again, this one's broken as well. Either we need to suspect the kids or the dogs. I don't know, somebody is breaking my pots. I'm telling you, this is not my year for pots. But I have a raspberry over on this side as well. This one's not looking as great. But you know what? There's no new growth on this one yet coming down, and I can actually snip these taller ones off, and I probably will when I go and do the pruning, but it should get new growth on it soon. I also forgot to mention that I've kind of decided I want to underplant under the blueberries. Right now I have just gravel and of course some weeds here, but I think it'd be really pretty, which is why I bought these. These are lemon coral sedums. And I think, oh, look at this. A whole bunch of bees. They've come. They heard my cry for help. Thank goodness. There was like 6 of them all at once. Anyway, I'm thinking pretty soon I'm going to just cover this whole thing with lemon coral sedum. I think that would be really pretty. And I'm thinking I need some other color as well. I'm trying to really maximize my space here. So adding a ton of more plants around it, and I have to be careful because blueberries do have shallow roots. But I think that would just really dress up this area as well and give it some pop of color, because that lemon coral sedum, I'm telling you, it really pops. I have a whole bunch over there in my walkway, and it's always beautiful. Year round, it's beautiful in our area. Going back into the garden, I have my nectarine trees that I still have not espaliered. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know why something I was so passionate about and so excited about, I still haven't done yet. I think it's afraid. I think it's fear. I think I'm afraid to get started because what if I kill it? But you know what? What do I say to myself all the time if I transplant something? If I kill it, it's no big deal, right? I just can replace it. I know. Doesn't make any sense. So I need to get on that. Clearly, it already has blossoms, and that's okay. I can still trim it. I may be getting rid of my fruit for the year, but regardless, it's there, it's alive, it's doing well, and I do need to get it espaliered sooner rather than later. Here I have my garlic that we planted. They're starting to come up. They're looking pretty good. I'm surprised it's not all coming up just yet, so it's not coming up evenly, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. I have my trellises up here, and not many things are actually planted on it. I do have some peas, some sugar snap peas over here on this side, and that's looking pretty good. I have some more onions, some more garlic, some lettuces that are beginning to bolt. I have some leeks over here, some more onions and garlics, and some sorrel all around here. Well, let me take it to this side. So this side over here, again, I was talking about maximizing my space, and this is just walkway. And here, that's what I thought I wanted, was just a walkway. But I'm thinking about maybe adding some greenery to this vegetable garden. So this vegetable garden is just a regular vegetable garden. I don't have anything special in here, but I'm trying to add more special things to this place just to make it more pretty and more fun. So I do want to add some evergreens to it. I want to add some like a boxwood hedge to this area. It's a small space. I feel like it's only, I think it's about 15 by 23 feet long. And so it's a very small space for a vegetable garden, but I think I can actually get some greenery in here, and adding some boxwoods to the interior will help draw the eye that it's not just bare in here, specifically in the winter, which is what I really don't like to look at. I bought some lavender as well that I think I'm going to put on the interior of the boxwoods over here, and as you can see, I have some more climbing roses. Again, I don't remember what it's called, and it's starting to grow out beautifully. Again, I have it grown on the spindles over here. I think that look is so delicate and so beautiful. I have some broccoli that's been harvested. Clearly the spinach is done, so we need to rip that out and plant something new so that I have more things to grow. Here is my raspberry trellis. We are actually going to be redoing this trellis because it's just not working as well as I want it to. So as you can see, this is the walkway, and here I am walking right into the raspberry vines, and I don't like that. So I think we're gonna make this trellis much taller, make it a little different. I know this is a very typical look what people do with their trellises for their raspberries, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I feel like it just lets it flop over. Like I said, part of it goes to the ground. Maybe it's the design. I did it, I don't know, but I'm going to change it up differently. And I bought, of course, antiques to go with it to make it look pretty, and I love it. So I got these finials, these metal finials at an antique store. Oh man, aren't those stunning. So I'm wanting to get a 4x4 post or maybe a 6x6 post and make it much taller, maybe about 6 feet tall or so, and then have my husband taper the end of it so that this can go right on top. I think for some reason I think that would be really pretty, and then put the metal wire throughout the whole bottom so that nothing falls through like this. Now here is my lady, my beautiful sundial. This I purchased last summer and I love this. It is so beautiful and she looks so cozy in this space. I really like her right here. All right, straight ahead of us we have the shaded cottage garden over here. So I also have the bountiful blue blueberries on this side, flanking this side. I just have 2 of them planted, and the whole point was because I like things to be symmetrical, so I thought it'd be really pretty having some planted on one side and then repeat it on the other side. But I do have this cat house here, and I do have these stepping stones that go to the cat house. And yes, the cats use the stepping stones, and it is so adorable watching them use it. Now I did buy a few perennials last year to fill up this area so it wouldn't be a bare mess like it is right now, right? But I have a dog, he's not out here at the moment, who likes to dig. And so he dug up all of my perennials that were right here. So I no longer have the perennials, but I did have a few Heucheras in that space. And here's one of them. And look how beautiful this is. See what I'm saying, guys, about the chartreuse color? It absolutely stands out in the garden. You can see it across the entire yard. I mean, it's a color that I absolutely love in the garden. But the thing I have to be careful with is I need to make sure that I don't put too much of that color in here because I don't want it to be a dominant color in my yard. I want it to be an accent. I want the dominant color in my yard to be green and the accents to be yellow and red and blue. So that's something I struggle with, because when I like a color, I want to just put it in, and that's where we have to just say, okay, hold on, let's take a look and see how we can make this look good. So right now you can see my bobo hydrangeas are in their pots still back there. They're still dormant, so there's still a bunch of sticks. Right here I do have some grasses, and I thought, you know what, these are evergreen grasses. These are called Everlow. So it's an evergreen. Now when I bought these grasses, I thought it would be really pretty to plant them on both sides of this walkway right here. Because the cats walk through the pathway and they're kind of like a jungle setting, I thought that would be really pretty, having them go through the grasses kind of like it's a jungle. I think that'd be really cute. So that's what my plan is. Well, hello, Snick. Hello, my girl. Did you hear me talking about you? Moving on, yes, I have some plants over here that still were never planted. But as you can see, I do need to add some more red into this area, maybe some more blue, but you know what? The Dusty Miller is doing just that right there. So maybe just some more green and more red in this area, and this area could be a little done for now. If we're looking over here to the sunny part of the cottage garden, it kind of looks complete, right? From far away, it looks pretty decent. I don't want to get too close because it's not decent at all when you get too close. But what we can see from this area is I do have structure. And what I mean by that, I have height. I feel like height is something I am also missing in my yard. I feel like because my yard is so flat, I often forget to plant in layers and forget to plant, that we can plant things that are tall in here. So I need to just keep that open as well as I'm planting things and as I'm going to the garden centers looking for things to plant. So for height, what I have in this area is we have this, obviously, the beautiful apricot tree, which is so gorgeous. It is almost ready to start blooming, which will be absolutely gorgeous. I do have the Wilma Goldcrest trees over here. They get about 8 feet tall, 2 feet wide, I believe. So perfect for small, compact gardens. Again, I have not planted them yet. They're still in their cans because I'm still trying to figure out where to put them. I do like the idea of putting them flanking the window. It's a very formal look having that, and I like things to look formal, so I think that would be really pretty in this area. I do have obviously the bird bath that's really dirty and gross, so that needs to be cleaned out. But that's, again, it's height. And then I also have my Crape myrtle tree, which again is height. So I do have a lot of height in this area to make this area look as beautiful as I want it to be. So it's not just, the beauty isn't just on the ground, it's everywhere. But as you can see with colors, I have the green, I have the blue, I have the yellow. I do have a little bit of red. So, I mean, I do have colors in here. Now I think I just need to fill in the rest with blooms because I do have the winter structure. Along the pathway on the left side, this is just an herb garden. That's what I call it. So I have the rosemary, I have oregano, I have thyme. I just have stuff here and there. And it's okay. Nothing really special about this place. I feel like this section could look prettier. I just don't know what else I could do to make it prettier. Maybe start adding some ground cover so I don't see the dirtiness and the gross and the dirt, right? It's just adding some stuff in here to fill up and add some color. I think that's what this section is needing. I feel like I have a lot of green and not a lot of color to this space. I'm sure you've noticed I have some stuff piled right here, and that's because that gate that I was so passionate about, I hate it. Yes, I hate it with a passion. It keeps falling apart, guys. I can't seem to get it to work. It's driving me nuts. Here, I got these sticks from my cabin. I was gonna make them like a little memorial for my cabin here at the home so I can actually, you know, just a homemade thing, and it's not working at all. So I'm scratching that idea. I'm throwing it away. I'm done with it, but we need to build a gate before I can just throw it away, and we're not planning on doing that till this weekend. So that's why that stuff is there, to keep the dogs out, keep the chickens in, to separate the two from the space. So that's why it's there. And the girls, they're very angry with me right now. They are angry with me because I am punishing them. I'm punishing them because they have destroyed my walkway. Now, I don't blame my Orpington, my 3-year-old chickens for this. I blame the new babies. I have been getting the babies used to the Orpingtons and getting the Orpingtons used to the babies by bringing them out here and kind of keeping them separated, but enough where they can introduce each other and meet each other and get used to each other before they start to live with each other forever, right? Well, those babies are foragers. Major, they're black copper Marans, and I don't know if that's, I'm assuming that's very typical, but I had 5 chickens, 5 buff Orpingtons before, and they never destroyed my yard the way that the Marans have destroyed the yard. And I just have 2 babies, that's it. So I'm gonna show you what they have done, and I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm so annoyed. So they're all being punished. They're all just locked in the run now. They're not coming out because of how annoyed I am with that. Oh, did you lay an egg? Oh. I think she laid an egg. She's telling the world. All right, before we enter into the chicken garden, I do have bay leaves that are shaped into topiaries that are flanking both sides of the gate. And on the fencing, I have grapevines. Now they're still not ready. I'm just about ready to prune them, probably in the next week or 2. I was waiting for the rain to stop because you don't want to prune them before it rains. So it's just about time to start pruning them. So hopefully by next week, I'll get that job done. All right, let's go inside. Well, first, let's see if there's an egg. Did you lay an egg? Oh, look at that. I got an egg. 2 eggs, actually. Wonderful. Thank you, girls. I appreciate it so very much. Yes. There's the babies. All right, I hope you can see on camera the walkway. First of all, look at this. These are divots. It may just look like a dirt mess, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it's also divots. They have dug down. Oh my, yes. We hear you. We hear you. Look at, they're so angry I'm not letting them out. My strawberries are completely decimated. Look at this. This is from the babies. I've had strawberries here for 3 years. My big girls never destroyed them. I know that typically chickens do destroy them, and I do know that. But my girls never liked it, so they never touched it. But the babies have completely destroyed them. We're gonna keep walking because I will say the one benefit is they did get all the weeds. There's not a weed in sight. So that's good. We're not gonna look in that section because that has weeds. But they decimated the bottom of my clematis. Look at that. Look, I don't think you guys can see the destruction they have done. I mean, look at this. And they're just 2 babies. This is horrible. This is the worst part. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I don't think on camera I'm picking it up as badly as it is, but it's like walking on a mine. It is just so bad. But again, like I said, not a single weed. Now this area, this is where the transformation is really going to happen this year, and I'm very excited about that. So if you saw all those boxwoods on my porch over there, that's for this project. Boxwoods are expensive. I mean, really expensive, and I had to buy a ton of them. So I've been saving up money, and I finally was able to purchase some. I wasn't able to get enough for the entire section that I want, but enough to make a difference. And what I noticed is that this area, unless I'm planting fruits and vegetables in here, which is what I mainly do in this area, it doesn't look good. It just looks like dirt, and I don't like that. I want to see green in here. So hence the boxwoods. I'm going to line the whole flower beds back here with boxwoods, and then interplant it with my fruits and vegetables, with whatever I end up planting in here. And that way I still have the green structure that I want, even if I decide not to plant fruits or vegetables in here. So I'm very excited. I'm hoping I will get that job done very soon. All right, as we leave there, we're gonna look at this area. This is a little pathway that I created off this main path. And yes, this is just from wear and tear, you know, kids, dogs, husbands, you know, it just happens. So it's easy to clean up. I have actually a really neat hack that I use. I have a designated colander that I use where I just pick up all the dirt and all the gravel, and I put it in the colander, shake it out, and pour the gravel back into the walkway. It's super easy. I'll probably show you in a video once, just because it's actually kind of genius to have an easy way to get the gravel back in here without having to use the glue stuff that people use. So I think that it's great. So again, I have this pathway lined with the lemon coral sedum, interplanted with the lemon thyme. Yes, lemon thyme. And oh man, the 2 of them together, isn't that stunning? And of course, we need to give this plant, look at this. This is called Cousin It. It is so feathery, so beautiful. I love this plant, and I feel like my yard deserves more. I have some blueberries in some pots. I believe these are peaches of cream. That's in these pots right here. So I called this garden the potager, and the reason why I call it the potager is because I like to interplant it with fruits and vegetables as well. So as you can see, I do have some onions in here. I have some garlic. I have some lettuce. I have some spinach growing, the blueberries, along with, oh, you know, of course, the plum tree, just along with all the other prettiness of the yard. There's something I don't like is the lamb's ear. I really am not liking it this year. It makes me actually want to just rip it out completely. If I had cut it to the ground, like I did, I cut these ones to the ground over here. And these ones, obviously, they look much prettier. But I didn't do it with this one, and look what it does. If you don't cut it down, it looks disgusting, and it makes the yard look disgusting. And it's a plant I really am disliking at this moment. So maybe if I took care of it, then I wouldn't find it as disgusting. I have some sage over here that's growing out, and I have just some random stuff in here. Nothing, you know, truth be told, this area, it's not very special. There's not a lot of height to this area. I have pretty much everything, unless it's a tree, my lilac tree, and then the hydrangea tree. Unless it's a tree, everything's on the ground. You see that? Let me stand back so you can actually see what I'm talking about. I have to be careful because I do have peach trees growing back here and back here that I'm planning on espaliering. I finally have the wires done on this section so I can get those actually espaliered sooner rather than later. I'm going to end up losing the fruit on this one because look at it's already budded out and it's beautiful. This one, I mean, man, it is pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Do I remember? This one's called the Red Baron Peach. Look at that. So pretty. Red Baron Peach. This one I believe is called Oktoberfest. And that one, oh, it started to bloom as well in the top. Okay, so see, I've already lost my fruit for this year. Oh well. No big deal. I do have a bunch of green right here. I don't know what these bushes are called. I don't like it anymore. Years ago, I used to keep them small and tidy in little balls around the base of the hydrangea tree, and it looked so pretty. But a few years ago, I got really sick, and so I stopped gardening just to kind of recoup from my sickness, and I'm telling you, they just haven't been the same since. So now I'm just ready to get rid of it and start over with something new. So that is something I definitely want to do with this area. The hydrangea tree is looking absolutely beautiful. This is a Limelight hydrangea. I do plan on coming in here now that the rain is ended, and I'm going to start trimming it down. As you can see, there is a spot. I've already trimmed a couple of spots, but I need to get the rest of it done. So hopefully the next couple of days I actually can get that done. You can see it's now baseball season. So we've got baseball stuff out, but remember when I told you that we're going to be removing this tree, but I wasn't sure if I wasn't going to remove it until I knew what I was going to replace it with. Well, I figured out what I'm going to do with this flower bed. So I'm very excited, but that's for another conversation. I'm sure you're going to see the trees in the background. We're not going to look at the dirty pool, but the patio. This is what I want to look at right now. I don't know, guys. I'm not happy with the way the patio looks at this moment. Oh, sneak peek right there. I bought these trees for the patio to kind of give the patio some height. And as soon as I planted that one. As soon as I planted it, I was like, nope, I don't like this one bit. Now this spa is not going to stay here. We just brought it home from the cabin. It's our cabin spa. But for the winter time, because the cabin's closed, I thought, you know what, let's bring it home and use it while it's at home. So that's why it's there. But it will be gone in just a few more months when we can actually open up the cabin. But the eucalyptus trees, I just don't like it. I am not happy with it. When I first saw these eucalyptus trees, I thought it would be so pretty because, first of all, I love eucalyptus. I always buy those bunches and I hang it into the shower, and I thought that would be really nice to have some of my own that I can come outside and just do it, but I don't know. I really don't like it at all, so I think I want something else for this area. Now over here I have my tree. I think this plant is dead. What do you think? Oh no, there's life. It just needs to be trimmed back. Wow, I'm surprised. I figured it was dead. I stopped watering it because I thought it was dead. But the tree, yeah, again, don't look at the pool. It's disgusting. This is our lemon tree. Over here I have my garden stalks filled with strawberries. It's time to start fertilizing them and get them completely, just get all the yuckies off. This is the rose bush that had rust on it last year. I still haven't planted it because, look at this. I think this just it's not resistant to disease, obviously. This one is called Laguna Climbing Rose. It's a beautiful dark magenta rose, very pretty, and it smells so good, but I don't like how it's constantly dealing with diseases. I'm constantly cutting it down. This plant, on the other hand, this is not looking good. It's not looking healthy at all. So, which is such a shame. This is a type of jasmine. I think it's called, like, I don't know, Abraham jasmine or something like that. Something along those lines. Which is a shame because the flower is actually quite beautiful and it smells so good, but it's really unhealthy. Oh, I do have a tag on it still. See, this is why that's important. Oh, Arabian jasmine, that's what it's called. Arabian jasmine, and look at the blooms. They look exactly like that. They're so beautiful and so delicate. So I'd like this to survive in this pot because I like it on the patio. Flanking the back area, I have 2 gardenias and topiaries. I think they are so beautiful. I love having them and they look so healthy. They have been in pots since 2021, yeah. 2021 was the year I had cancer, and so I was going through chemotherapy. I was doing all sorts of things. We had to do tons of just tests to go into the hospital, you know, so it was so traumatic. And so every time something traumatic happened to me, I told my husband, I'm going to the store to buy myself plants. And this was one of my gifts I bought myself. I bought myself the topiaries because, first of all, they were pretty, and I deserved it. My little table back here looks so pretty. I never thought I would love succulents as much as I do. These planters are just so adorable. I bought this at an antique store. It's so pretty. And I planted this up and I love it. I think it's so beautiful. My little fountain is turned off right now. And this one as well. This one, look how beautiful it's looking. Never did I think I would like succulents as much as I do right now. And truth be told, I really don't have a lot of succulents in my yard. I have the lemon coral sedum and I have these ones, but I think that's all. I think that's all I have because it's not a look that I really like. It's not the style that I like. But for some reason, these ones I'm really liking. Oh, this is a funny story. So I bought this barrel many years ago. And and the reason why I bought it was because I just bought all this furniture here and it looked too the same. I don't know what I was thinking when I purchased this because this is not my style. I don't do this. I don't buy things that are matchy-matchy, but I did. I bought the table, I bought the sofa, I bought the small table, and I bought this table as well, all at the same time, and they're all matching. And when I got them in my yard, I was like, oh no, what have I done? And so I needed something to rustic up the place, okay? So I found this barrel and I found an inspiration photo that I really liked. I'll actually put it on the screen because it's quite funny. So I bought this barrel because of that inspirational photo. And on that photo, you can see there's a lantern on it, and I thought that lantern is so beautiful, but I haven't been able to find one that really matches the space that I wanted because I needed something with height. Well, just a couple weeks ago, my husband and I were out shopping, and I found this. It is the same exact lantern that was from my inspirational photo. How crazy is that? I mean, the same exact one. So clearly, I did not leave the store without it. I love it. And it looks beautiful right here. And it breaks apart all the matchy-matchy that I have going on. So adding the few rustic pieces, plus all the mess, of course, to this space really helped make this area more down to earth for me. Okay, so we walked around the yard. We saw some good stuff. We saw some bad stuff. We saw some improvement. I know I need more greenery in my yard, more green. I also noticed I need more height, specifically the potager area. That section needs to have more height, but I have to be careful because I do have the peach trees that are gonna need the sun. So that's gonna be a tricky spot for me, but I'm confident we can do it. Like I said, I have a tree, where is it? There it is, right there, that needs to be planted, and that's gonna go where the cherry tree is with a few other things. So I'm really excited about that one. Sad to lose the cherry tree. The weeping cherry is so beautiful, and I've had it for many years. In fact, actually, that might have been another 2021 present to myself because of something that happened. I think it is actually. So It's sad to lose it because it's beautiful, but unfortunately, that's how we get to the back gate. And every time we go through that area, we get whipped in the face with the branches. I need something that's gonna grow up over the fence so that we can still have the weeping effect, but I'm not gonna be whacked in the face by branches, especially those branches. It's like a weeping willow. It's like they whack you. They really whip you hard. So the idea for this tree, I guess I'll show you anyway. So the idea for this tree is that it's going to continue the S shape all the way up. As you can see, we already started turning the top section over here, and we're going to continue to do it until it's about 8 feet tall, and then we're going to train it to go over, let me take you over here, to go over the back fence so that the branches will weep down, but it'll still feel like secret garden as you're walking through this area. What do you think? Do you think that'll be good? I'm loving that idea. I think it's going to be perfect. Well, thanks for joining me on this little messy tour that I just did today. Like I said, it could have been cleaner, but you know what? I don't care. This is totally fine. So we're just gonna deal with it. But we did get to see the things that need to be fixed, that need to be restructured, things that need to get out of here, things I need to add in. I need to be thinking about those types of things when I'm in the garden center so that I really have a plan on what I could do about that. So I'm excited for the upcoming year, upcoming seasons, and I'm looking forward to spring. Here's the thing, guys. I could have spent a couple of hours this morning cleaning up the yard before showing you this video. That way it looked pristine and nice and neat. That way it's presentable for TV. I know sometimes if I'm watching garden shows, sometimes I get that little voice speaking inside of me saying, oh, your yard doesn't look like that, and that doesn't feel too good. So I try my very best to make sure that when I'm showing my yard and I'm presenting things, you guys see it as a real yard. That's my hope anyway. That's exactly what I want you to get from this. We all just try to make things as best as we possibly can, and we live in a real world. We have real lives going on. We have the real things, real tragedies, real blessings, and I want to make sure that we stop and smell the roses at the same time as thinking, okay, what else can we improve to make this better without burning ourselves out? I do not want to be burned out. Gardening is a wonderful hobby of mine. It brings me so much peace and so much joy. I don't want to burn myself out where I don't want to come out here and work because all I'm doing is working, making it look beautiful for other people. I'm making this beautiful for me. So at times, yes, I have piles of weeds, and at times I'm in the mood to get all the weeds out, and at times I'm not. And I don't beat myself up over the times that I say it's okay to say no to the garden today. That is exactly what I want from you as well. I want you to be able to look at your garden and see your successes without having to worry about the fails. So that's just like my piece of advice. That's my mantra right there. So hopefully this was inspiring for you, and hopefully that you can relate to how I live my life. I'm a mama and I just want to be with my family, and right now I have a couple of kids inside who are waiting for me. So I'm going to go back inside and spend time with them before I make dinner. So I'll see you next time. Bye.